Hello friends, my name is Elisa Milan. I am a digital painter, and today we're taking a look at my character named Yumiko, specifically Yumiko Aikawa, or Aikawa Yumiko, and she is one of the first characters I ever created in my little fantasy world that I am now calling Kumasakurashi. So Yumiko pretty much looks the same as she did when I first created her. She has really super long pink hair and she loves fish, and that was pretty much all I had on her in the beginning, is that she was a fish keeper, she loved cute things, and that she had really long pink hair. Since then, I think in the maybe 5, 6, 7 years that I've been ruminating on all of these characters and their stories, she has expanded a bit. And now I know that she wants to be a scientist. She wants to be an ichthyologist specifically, which is a type of scientist that studies fish. And that's pretty much all I can tell you right now without ruining the short stories that are to come. I actually have a short story that's going to release in December that features her and my other character Gui. And I'm so excited for you guys to learn more about this world that they are in, slowly but surely. It's going to be awesome. Here on the screen you can see that I am working on a fish. It's specifically a short-tailed ryokin, and one of my favorite types of fish. I think that they're so freaking cute and bulbous and weird looking and fat. It makes me so happy. And I used to have a short-tailed ryokin named Edgar, who looked pretty similar to the fish that I did in this painting. I really wanted to pay my respects to him because I miss him a lot and feature him in this piece. I thought it would be cute if Yumiko kind of, I don't know, was going on a walk with her fish friend. I thought it would be super cute. This painting was really tough for me because this is the first time that I had painted someone in maybe a year and a half or so, maybe 2 years. And I mean that in the sense that I'm painting someone from my imagination rather than doing a paint study directly from a reference. I had to cobble together multiple references and use my own imagination and knowledge in order to do this piece. And I really wanted to make sure that I got some sort of planes in her face. I really wanted to make sure that I got some good lighting, because if you look at the other pieces that I've done for my imagination, they're actually quite flat, all of the people that I do, and I don't want them to be. I want them to be beautiful and lit well and dynamic. And that was something that I struggled with greatly in this piece. You can see right now that the colors are kind of muddy. They're not really right. I don't really know what I was doing with the shading. There's something about the point after the sketching and the flat colors are done that I just forget how to shade things. I forget how light works, and I don't know, I just don't know what I'm doing, and I freak out, and it takes me forever to kind of muddle my way through this mid stage that you guys are seeing right now. I really tried to make that braid work in her hair, and that just wasn't working. And then I tried making like separate layers in multiply mode and kind of like put the shadows down in that way, and that wasn't really working. And like right now the shadows look really gray and yucky. So I end up leaving this piece. I set down this piece for like weeks at a time. So I worked on this over the course of 2.5 months, which is kind of normal for me. I'm a really slow painter because I'll sit there and I'll get to this midpoint here that I struggle really hard with, and I can only do like 30 minutes of work sometimes because I'm frustrated and I don't really know what direction I want to take the piece, and so it takes me a really long time to paint sometimes. And working on this piece is actually helping me work on the next painting that I need to do, because I have to actually paint Yumiko-chan again for the short story that's coming out about her and Gui in December. It's called Snack Break, by the way. So I'm painting her again for Snack Break, and this painting actually did a great job of helping me set up for what I needed to set up, like doing some pre-game stuff in order to make this next piece go way more smoothly. So I've actually kind of gotten rid of this really uncertain, messy middle part that we're sort of stuck on here for a big part of the time lapses. I really like the way that the shirt shading turned out. I've recently been trying to introduce some different brush types into my painting process, and I recently did a soft round brush, and there's just something magical about the soft round brush that does wonders for hair and does wonders for soft fabrics like her shirt. And that soft round brush made the shading on the shirt just so easy and quick. So in my world, fish just float. If anybody was wondering why the fish is floating, fish do float. They basically swim through the air. They can also swim through the water, which is really cool. I don't really know the science behind it. I haven't gotten that far, but I always love the look of a fish being in the sky, and I just love the thought of maybe your fishy friend being able to be right there with you. I always wanted Edgar to be right there with me when I had him, or just with any of my pet fish before now. I love the way that fish look and the way they act, and they just make me so happy, and I kind of wish that I could go on a walk with them, but I can't, so I'm sort of living vicariously through Yumiko with this painting. Now you can see I'm working on Mikanmon on her hat, which makes me so happy. I have Mikanmon on the last piece as well. It's like a charm hanging from Nanami's 3DS. I'm kind of trying to push him because he is a very popular character in this world, and I feel like it helps with world building too, for my characters to have their own characters that they love. And Mikanmon is one of them. He's pretty cute and looks very silly with his really big fat red lips, but he's always smiling and happy. In my head, I imagine that both Nanami and Yumiko have loved Mikanmon since they were kids, and just have kind of carried that love of that character throughout their entire lives, like one would with Hello Kitty or something. Her hands were something that were so stinking fun to work on. I loved working on the hands. it was more of a meditative process for me. I took a reference photo, a quick reference photo, but I actually didn't work too closely off of it this time. I just had a lot of fun thinking about where the light and the shadows would hit on her hands and just kind of scribbled around, and it just made me so happy. There's just something so, I don't know, amazing about working on hands. I actually did a full-length recording of the hand portion of this painting if you'd like to see it on my Patreon. I changed out her bangs, and I'm really happy I did, because before her bangs were just too thick, and I was like, ooh, she doesn't have that much hair right there. And so I'm actually really glad that I thinned out her bangs and kind of moved them over more instead of having them plaster all across her head. I think it looks a lot more natural that way. You can see I added some dots in the background, and I end up adding some dots to her shirt as well, and I'm really glad that I did that. A few things that I really love with this piece is that I'm trying to incorporate some anime type things, some anime style things that I love in the painters that I admire, like the dots in her shirt, the dots in the background, the white outline, the thick dark outline around her face, stuff like that, just to kind of somehow bring that anime-like-esque style into the piece, because I love the way anime looks. I think it's gorgeous, but I'm still trying to do my own thing, trying to figure out that balance there. For a second there, I tried to make the hello rainbow on her hat, just to kind of put more of my branding into the painting, because I love the hello rainbow. I think it's really cute pastel colors, but it just wasn't working. It looked really weird and blocky, so I ended up doing that gradient pen, and I think it worked out. I tried adding a phone charm there at the bottom. I didn't end up keeping it though, because although I feel like she'd totally be the type of person to have a phone charm on her phone, I think for one, it would probably be on the bottom of the phone, and you can't see the bottom of the phone, and two, it covered up the hands, and I worked really hard in the hands. So I ended up getting rid of the phone charm, even though it was super cute. So right there you can see that I put a word sticker on the phone, and it says Candy Keiki, which is a homage to a band in this world. Anyway, the piece is done. Thank you so much for sitting through this ramble. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I would love it if you guys could check out the short story with Yumiko and Gui coming up here quick in December of 2023. There will be an illustrated zine released on my online shop, as well as an audiobook on YouTube for free. So super duper excited about that. Subscribe if you care to listen to that when it comes out. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Mata ne.
Hello.